As students, we are in a good position to know when one of our friends is struggling. We can look for things like withdrawing from people and activities they enjoy, having a hard time taking care of themselves, changes in mood and behavior. Being a positive friend means that we look out for each other and have a conversation with friends we are concerned about. Here are some stories about getting connected.
I noticed that she wasn't coming to class anymore. I started to notice that she wasn't acting like herself. She was always put together, but now it seemed like she didn't care how she looked.
He was always laughing, so I thought it was all good. Then he started to be frustrated with us a lot. He stopped doing things with us and spent all of his time in his room alone.
They told me they didn't see the point of being here anymore. They said they would never be smart enough to make it in their degree, and that it would just be easier if they weren't around.
She was nervous about meeting new people at the start of the semester. And when I asked her to come to things with me, she seemed unsure and wouldn't come with me. I could tell she's having a hard time adjusting to being on campus.
We were in our room and I got the bad news over the phone from home. He seemed sad but wanted to get out of the room and do things to take his mind off of it. But then we noticed that he was drinking more than usual when we went out. He said that there was just nothing else to do here, but we knew that it was more than that.
I told her that I noticed that she'd been missing class and cared about her. We talked about what was going on and agreed that we needed to get her connected to help. And we called the CTC line together to make an appointment.
I asked him what was going on, but it took a few check-ins before he opened up to tell me he was struggling with feeling anxious. We talked about him seeing a counselor and getting a tutor for a class he needed help with.
One night, I asked directly if they were having thoughts of suicide, and they said yes. We agreed to call the 24/7 helpline through the CTC and were able to get them connected to the help they needed.
At first, when I asked her about plans, she was defensive and said she didn't want to do things. I told her I was there for her whenever she needed. One day, she asked me how I was able to make friends here. We talked about things that she liked to do, and we got her connected to a club that focuses on her hobbies.
We talked about his use, and he said he was having a hard time coping with the news from home. We got him connected with his family supports, and after checking in with a mentor he trusts, he was able to reconnect with LT activities that he could use to cope, and he reached out to a recovery program for support.
I am a connector.
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 We can get someone connected to help by remembering the following tips. Be open and empathetic in your conversation. We won't understand exactly what someone is going through, but we can listen and offer support. Have resources ready. We can talk through different options to get connected, like the Counseling and Testing Center, Bandel Care, academic support, professors, and more. If you don't know where to start, Bandel Care is a great way to get connected. Come from a place of hope, help, and strength. We all have strengths that we can lean on when times are tough, and the more supports we foster, the more we have to lean on during those times. Talk about what has been helpful in the past. Identify people and places that help them. We can all be connectors. It is okay to ask for and accept help.